So on March 9th, I started a 30-day liquid fast. I planned to stick it out for a whole month, but life happened, or should I say, I happened, and I ended up calling it quits after 23 days. I gotta say, this was a fun yet eye-opening ride for me. So let's dive right in. To keep myself in top tier shape, I'm all about having fasting sessions each season. They usually last for at least 7 days or more. It's all based on what my body tells me it needs. Seasonal fasting is my go-to for keeping my body in check and staying fit. Plus, I find it to be a pretty cool mental and spiritual workout too. More to it than just staying healthy. Thanks to this disciplined fasting routine, I've built a nice solid foundation of vitality. When I'm fasting, I still keep up with my regular exercise routine. It's nothing crazy, just basic stuff that uses my own body weight, like push-ups, sit-ups, running up and down stairs, stretching, and taking a stroll or a light jog around the block. But I always keep an ear out for what my body's telling me. If I'm feeling a bit low on energy or notice any detox symptoms, I take it easy and rest up. During my fast, my priority was locally grown, in-season produce, and items that were on sale. It was the start of spring, so I enjoyed a variety of citrus fruits that were still available, including pomelos, my favorite, Valencia oranges, Caracara oranges, blood oranges, and key limes. Apples and pears, which are available year-round, were a part of my juicing routine. Usually I would go for the sugar bee apples, the Honeycrisp apples, and the Bosc pears. I also incorporated wild crafted burdock root when it was available. It really gets the bowels moving. And dandelion greens, which grow practically everywhere and are always available. My body always responds positively to them. I found them to be real good for bone health, eyesight, skin, and blood cleansing, as well as maintaining blood sugar levels, which is why they're a frequent ingredient in my green juice recipes. Plus, I bought a case each of Granny Smith apples and cucumbers, which I frequently use in my green juice. I also bought a case of young Thai coconuts. Their water is an excellent source of hydration. I also got a case of Mount Valley spring water, which I would consume with a squeeze of key lime. But I found a whole case of water was too much for me as I don't drink much water. It's less structured than other beverages such as homemade fruit juices, causing frequent urination. The more you urinate, the more minerals you lose, so I wanted to avoid that. I learned that buying produce in case orders has its pros and cons. On the plus side, it meant fewer store visits, preserving my energy and time. Additionally, purchasing case orders with a co-op can save up to 20%. Or 5% if it's already on sale. However, keep in mind you have to be a co-op member here in Pittsburgh to benefit from this. Now, the downside is the need to consume the produce before it spoils. For example, cucumbers don't last long, so I had to use them almost daily, which got boring. There were days where I thought I would turn into one. Granny Smith apples, on the other hand, have a longer shelf life. Next time, I'd likely opt to buy fresh produce as needed to ensure freshness, or maybe opt for half a case instead of a full case. I know that's also an option at the co-op. I will prepare herbal teas using a blend of sarsaparilla, burdock, yellow dock, and ginger. Good for iron, blood cleansing, and immunity boost. Fresh thyme, basil, oregano, and clove. It's a light parasite cleanse, but also great for digestive health. I also used a mix of Cascara Sagrada, Yellow Dock, and Wormwood for parasites and intestinal cleansing. Very strong. I only used about 4 ounces within the entire length of my fast. Lastly, soursop leaf, ginger, and a stick of Ceylon cinnamon. These boost the immune system and are great for creating an internal, relaxed atmosphere. My daily fluid intake, if I were to do a rough guesstimate, ranged from 40 ounces to 100 ounces. This wide range was influenced by my level of activity and mental state each day. The more active I was, the more I drank, and vice versa. My liquid consumption was very random. Sometimes I would consume a lot of juice, while at other times I would extend my dry fasting periods and focus more on my breath work. Throughout the fasting period, I mainly relied on the Kuvings Auto 10 Juicer due to its capability to handle large batches with ease. It's as simple as you load it up and you can walk away if you please. If you're considering purchasing one, don't forget to use my code Brandon at checkout for a discount. In February, I transitioned from traditional employment to become a full-time content creator. This change gave me the freedom to fast according to my own schedule, making it one of the most rewarding fasting experiences I've had. The control over my time allowed me to rest more, pray, and meditate when it suited me, and prepare fresh juices on demand. The absence of an early wake-up call to do a job for someone else significantly reduced the stress. You see, back when I was doing the 9 to 5 thing, I would usually take a week off to fast in solitude. Or to save my vacation days, I'd often start my fast right before the weekend. Now, having the privilege of owning my time has provided greater flexibility in all areas that were important to me. This time around, I was no longer restricted by set work hours. This change has enriched my life and deepened my fasting experience, making it more meaningful and fulfilling. So here's the thing, being your own boss is flexible, I love that, but it still comes with its fair share of to-dos. I mean, personal schedules, tasks, deadlines. It's still a thing. It's that challenge of being there for your family, but also ensuring that you're still providing for your family while fasting. This new lifestyle often translates into days where I find myself working between 12 to 16 hours. From jotting down fresh ideas to working on digital products, bringing back flow to my website, to managing projects for brand partnerships. Each day presents a new challenge, but that's what I truly love about it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And in all fairness, I'm still a new entrepreneur. I'm still figuring out how to strike the right balance between my personal life and business. Fasting's been like a road trip into my soul, especially long fast. This spring, I didn't just sign up to do a 30-day fast, but also decided to pop out 30 short videos in the same time. Horrible decision. It turns out I might have been a little too optimistic about my free time and overlooked a little annoying character flaw of mine. On the one hand, popping out 30 videos in 30 days was a great way to keep my mind busy. A lot of the content just came at the top of my head, like writing the scripts, grabbing the B-roll, and recording. All this hustle kept me from thinking about food because I was cooking up ideas for the challenge. But it wasn't all fun and games, it got pretty intense at times. The real issue wasn't the challenge itself, but yours truly. I tend to be a bit of a procrastinator, always pushing projects to the last minute instead of getting them done ahead of time. This meant I was hustling daily to script, film, and record fresh content before days end. This eventually messed with my juicing and sleep schedule, making the fast harder than it needed to be. I mean, I did manage to fast for 23 days on juices, herbs, coconut water, and plain water, but I didn't quite hit the 30-day goal. On the 23rd day, I broke my fast on some soursop. It was the best I've ever tasted. I stuck with fruits for about 5 days, then gradually reintroduced vegetables. Another 5 to 7 days, I started to add in the nuts, seeds, and grains. That about sums up my fasting journey. My next extensive fast will be a week before summer starts, around June 13th. I feel I'll be more prepared for that fast. I'm going to stick to dedicating all my time to focus on my fast and maybe other projects that don't have as great of a commitment, but still allow me to provide all my focus to hitting the spiritual, physical, and mental aspects of my fast. This time around, I wasn't able to do that because I put too much on my plate. Ironically. If you've made it this far, please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Consider becoming a member for early access to content, exclusive live sessions, and community tab updates. Until next time, peace, God.